97 FM Kissimmee, the heart and soul of Central Florida.
What's up, y'all? This is John and Sequoia Howard of the Agape Music Group.
Yeah, and we rock with Marcus, Lady Drina, and the Culture for Christ segment on WOKB Radio Orlando.
Central Florida's only radio station for Christian hip-hop and new gospel music.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It is Culture for Christ Radio right here on Inspiration 1680 100.7 FM. I'm your girl, Lady Drina, and we have Sir Marcus on as well. We're here. Praise Jesus.
We are. I'm feeling much better today than I was yesterday. I can tell you that.
All right. Sounds good. I'm halfway there.
We got to pick it up. We got to pick it up.
I'm halfway there. I'm almost there. But hey, I'm here. Praise God. Yes. By the grace of God, I am here.
Bless his holy name.
So listen, guys, we had an amazing show on yesterday. We're still wishing you a very, very happy new year. This is only the third day in the year, and so it is still new to us. I'm still having a problem with writing 2023. I'm still doing a little 2022. Okay, so trying to get that together. We're gonna get that together. It is 2023 and no longer 2022. So there's some things that we got to get used to in writing, right? So what? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was gonna say it's easy for me to type in, and I have a lot of templates that I have to use at work and different things like that. So I'm not writing 2020. I'm not writing out any dates.
You're doing good then.
I'm good.
I've had to write out dates, and I'm finding myself changing my 2 into a 3. Okay, a lot. So it's working.
Actually, this is the first year. This is the first year since I've been working in the professional, graduating from high school, military, and college, that I didn't forget the year. And I'm like, wow, that just hit me. I didn't forget.
And it's not that I forgot. It's just I've been writing 22 for so long.
2022.
I'm so used to writing it that I'm forgetting to change that. So I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Listen, I really want to invite everyone to celebrate with me and my mother. My mother has turned 70 years old, young, whatever. She turned an age, okay? So she is 70, and we're celebrating her January the 7th at 3 p.m. at the Callahan Park Recreational Center, 101 North Paramore Avenue in Orlando. If you would like to be my guest and come celebrate with my mom, if you know my mom and you would like to be there, hit me up on social media or call me here and be our guest. And there is no charge for it, but we do ask you to bring her a little 70 love. Can you do that? But we're not charging for this event. It's going to be very nice. So that's all. So y'all come celebrate my mom's 70th with me.
Some 70 love. Does that mean that we playing 1970s music?
No, my mom is all church, honey. You won't have no secular music at all. She is all church. So my whole life, it used to be any other music other than church was banned from our house my whole life. And it still is. I don't live with her. So praise Jesus is all I'm saying. Because I love different music. I just love music. I think we're having a little freezing problem with your system, Marcus. So we got to check that out a little bit, okay?
Yeah, right, we had some technical difficulties. I think we're back up.
Okay, sounds good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well.
So you said bring her some 70s love, share her some 70s love with her. Does that mean we playing 1970s music?
Absolutely not. We're not playing any 70s music, only gospel. My mom is gospel only.
What? We don't have any gospel we don't have any gospel music from the 70s?
I don't want to hear any if we do. My mom was always a Slim and Supreme Angels fan. If we
Oh,
play
who?
anything, Slim and Supreme Angels Quartet.
What is
Okay,
that?
exactly. Slim and Supreme Angels
Yeah,
Quartet.
exactly. I
Um,
said, you don't know who it is either.
it's a quartet group. I
Oh,
keep saying quartet. It's a quartet group. What?
oh, okay, okay.
So
Are they
they had
still
this.
around?
Yes, we're actually getting ready to get on the bus and go celebrate with them. February the 26th. Yes, with Miss Eddie Ruth Jackson. She is taking a bus from here to Sanford, North Carolina, to celebrate their 73rd anniversary.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and they still singing. Well, there are new people, or because Slim himself has been gone away for a long time, but there are people carrying the legacy of the group along. But my mom had this song, and it was her favorite song. It was called "Stay Under the Blood." Have you ever heard that before?
I have never even heard of the Supreme Angels before,
No.
so we learn something new every day.
Oh, Father,
I
this
learn
young man
something
here.
new
He's
every day.
young. He's young, everybody. I'm just gonna say
You younger than me. I ain't never heard of those Supreme Angels.
he's young. So
Hey, you like my cousin. My
I was
cousin be singing
I was
songs
brought
from the
up. I was
50s,
brought up in the
60s.
quartet. Okay. I was brought up in the quartet. So that's probably how I know. You were
Yeah.
brought up on a different, more contemporary and,
Choirs.
and
Yeah.
choirs,
Yeah.
but I was
I mean,
more
we had the
traditional and
Jackson
quartet.
Southerners. We had my
Oh, look
mother
at you
listened to
knowing
the
the
Jackson
Jackson Southern
Southerners.
airs. Okay, that's all
We
right.
had them, and she also used to, sing. When I was growing up, she would sing with the gospel. Is it the modern gospel airs?
The modern gospel airs.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Sung with them.
She
Oh,
like they
that's
would be
good.
on programs together.
I got you. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good to know. So you're not too far away from quartet, I say. But
No,
the song was called "Stay." I'm gonna stay under the blood, and I remember back when they had cassettes. Okay.
I do too.
Oh my God, when they had cassettes and they would go down on Old Winter Garden Road in Orlando, and there was this record place right there on the corner of Old Winter Garden Road and I want to say John Young, or before you get to John Young, but I know it's
Okay.
over in that area. But they would make the tapes for the people, right? So my mom went there one day and told them people to make a cassette
Oh,
tape
the album.
of that song only,
Over and over and over and over again.
over and over and over again, front
Then,
and back. Listen, whenever we would have our spring cleaning, or my mom be going into the heavenlies with her prayers or whatever boy, that song would be, I'm gonna stay
you know what? I can't with you today.
under the blood. I was like, oh my God, how many times we gonna stay under the blood?
I can't
Can
with
we
you
get
today.
up a little bit? No, but that was my mom. I'm sorry.
You know what? Back in the day, we had those songs, that you wanted to hear the song. Now it's a little bit different, but there's
It
songs
is.
that you wanted to hear over and
And
over
that
and
was her over
over
and
again.
over song. It was front and back. You could hear the tape player click over, click, and there it goes again. I'm gonna stay.
Oh, those them like 10-minute cassettes, and it'll flip
Oh
over
my
at
God,
the
that
end and play
song,
the
that song was every bit of 7 minutes long. It was 7 minutes long song.
Listen,
Okay.
brother Joseph out of Apopka, Joseph Pierce says, I know Slim and the
That's right,
Supreme
Joseph. I know
Angels.
you do. I know you do. I know you do. I know you
Check
grew up
this
like
out.
I did. He grew up like I
I,
did.
I really I went to different quartet singings. I did. So I'm not gonna say that I didn't. I did. But you know what? There was when I was grown, I remember when Michael Jackson came out with Billie Jean, right?
Billie
I
Jean. Okay.
played Billie Jean like every day,
Oh my
all day.
God.
On my dad bought me a boom box, and I
Oh
played it on.
Lord.
I played it so much. One day, my girlfriend said, "If you play that song one more time, I'm gonna break up with
I'm
you."
gonna. Oh, you were trying to figure out who is Billie Jean. Who you That's what it was. You
My
get
cousin
jealous.
said,
Who is Billie Jean?
Billie Jean, she said, "If you play that song one more time, I'll break up
One
with
more
you." We
time.
were standing outside, and my cousin, he always would bring it up. He said, "I remember when Rhonda said, Marcus, if you play that song one more time, I'll break up with you." And you went clicker.
Oh,
You
that is
stopped the
so
whole
funny.
cassette. Click. You thought
That
I
is
didn't want to
so
break up with Rhonda. Now Rhonda was my baby.
That's so funny. So
Puppy
funny.
love. Puppy
That's
love.
it. That's
Puppy
it.
love.
That's it. That's it.
Puppy
My mom
love.
had a couple favorite songs, and another song was by Luther Barnes. They said I wouldn't make it.
Oh, that
Listen,
was Luther Barnes. I'm still holding on.
I'm still holding on. They said I wouldn't
Oh,
make it, whichever the name of that song. But that's
oh,
Luther Barnes.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
What? You didn't know that?
I thought that was like Myrna Summers or somebody.
It was him and his sister, Deborah.
Maybe I thought it was Myrna because the lady was singing it.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
that's what I
Deborah.
thought.
It's his sister Deborah singing that song. And my mom used to make, I never forget, everywhere I went, I had to sing that song.
Yeah, I got so tired of hearing people sing that song as a
Me
solo. It was
too.
just, oh
I
my
had
God.
to. I remember my 5th grade banquet at Orla Vista Elementary. I had to sing that song for my 5th grade banquet, but it meant something then because I had a rough childhood, right? So that was a story
For
of
you.
for me at that point. But my mom got so excited that I sung it so well that after that I was singing it everywhere. Then it got old to me, you know. Then it wasn't no more good,
We
you
gonna
know.
call Sister Drina to come and sing them. They said I wouldn't make it.
They would call baby cakes to the front.
We're gonna call Sister Baby Cakes to
That,
sing a solo.
that's exactly what they called me. Baby cakes. Baby cakes gonna come up here and sing before her mama preach.
So my aunt, she played the piano and she sang, right? And they were like, "Hey, she didn't sing. She sung choir songs. She was singing the choir songs. She'd be the choir, the lead, the background,
Everything.
and playing the piano, singing the song." We're like, Auntie, you always sing a choir song as a solo. Like, you got to have some talent to do that.
Mighty God. Mighty God.
Hey, listen, you know what? It's a lot going on, Drina. It's a lot
It
going on.
really is. That's the reason I'm making it light right
I know,
now.
because we got
Because
to
there is a lot.
really get into this. Before we do that, you know what? I want you to. There's this song that I want you to play,
Okay.
and it's like I heard this song today, and like it rocked me out.
And which one
rocked
is that?
me
I would love to
all the
know.
way out. Oh my God! It's called Joy, and it is number 4.
Yes. Joy. I have not heard that song, so I'm excited to hear it. So
Hey,
if y'all haven't heard it, you're gonna hear it with me first now.
you're gonna
Check it
hear it
out.
first time if you haven't heard it. And listen, y'all, you are really gonna like the song. This is New Music Tuesday. Check it out, turn it up, crank it up, sit back, relax. Because if you like me, you're gonna really like this.
People are sometimes confused about prayer, and that's the saddest thing for me, because people think it's only when something goes wrong that's when you pray.
This one might leave you teary-eyed. This one gon' keep you flying high. This one gon' get you through the night. The song is called Joy, Sweet Joy. I had to conquer my fears. I had to wrestle with faith. I made some plans for the future. Them plans kept showing up late. That led to joy, sweet joy. Became a stranger to friends, but real pally with my doubts. I had to lose the bigger picture just to figure me out, to find some joy, sweet joy. La 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 la. Joy. Tell somebody say la 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 la. Joy. The CEO of excuses, the prince of masking my pain. I used to high-five my woes, I used to know them by name till I found joy. Oh, sweet joy. Maybe I was tripping, could have been the pressure. Maybe I'll stop seeking all these earthly pleasures. Maybe I'll find joy, sweet joy. I'm just searching for some joy, oh joy. Got somebody, anybody say it. I just found my joy, oh yeah, joy.
So the source of joy has not been from the physical, but it's been from being in His presence.
Don't you worry what tomorrow may bring, 'cause we got joy, sweet joy. Don't you worry what tomorrow may bring, 'cause we got joy, sweet joy. Don't you worry what tomorrow may bring, 'cause we got joy, sweet joy. Don't you worry what tomorrow may bring, 'cause we got joy, sweet joy.
Sweet joy, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet, sweet, sweet joy. Don't you worry about a thing while we're waiting on Lady Drina to come back. Yo, there's a lot of things that have been going on lately, and we want to touch on it because it seems like it is affecting the people in the sports world. We have probably about 4 players that have been affected in the last week or 2, seriously affected. We have BYU football player dead after a game.
Yes.
He collapsed at his home in Hawaii.
Yes.
We have former Jaguar player Uche Nawaniri. He died in Indiana. So looks like it may have been a heart attack.
Right.
And FHSU football player died suddenly also, Daniel Howard. Now, the specifics behind that, I am not sure of.
Yeah.
But we are still looking at what is going on with Damar Hamlin, who suffered cardiac arrest. He plays for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
Something is going on.
That was so scary.
That was scary. I was watching
anyone that was watching that, you felt it. And if you're a parent, your heart immediately went out, you know. I have a son that plays football, so man, that is something that always is scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. And I was like, I told my son, like, dude,
about it.
You might not be playing football no more. He's like, Mom, calm down. I'm like, no, dude, this is becoming more prevalent, more and more prevalent in our demographic of children. I'm seeing it a lot more, and I don't know another way to say it. Minority children are really being affected by this.
I'm going to tell you one of the reasonings behind it, and it's not even just it is also related to it's hitting the minority players the most. Blacks at a disproportionate, Latinos at a
Period.
disproportionate rate,
Period. Yeah.
all the Asian Samoan players at a highly disproportionate rate, but especially of those of African descent. What is the number one reasoning behind that is there are a couple of things that go into it, and there are very what I would call microaggressive to a certain extent, and then even more so racially aggressive. One of the things that I do know is that when it comes to the payout that we receive in the NFL due to injuries from concussions.
Yes.
The NFL kind of looks at things at a stage that statistically they manipulate it to say, or they make an assumption that what they call is race norming. And what they say is that minorities have a lower cognitive ability. So we have a low cognitive function is what they say. So because in their minds we have a low cognitive function, we can't suffer the suffering that we are getting from concussions is not suffering, it's actually our normal cognitive degenerative process, because as Blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, or whatever you want to, that is the norm, the normative for us. Yes. So they push us harder to the extremes in lots of areas, in practice and on the field. These things also have an effect on our household lives as well.
Yes, it does. Yes,
Seriously.
it does.
There's a lot more violence in the home due to these injuries.
Yes.
There needs to be an investigation opened up, because something is just really
It's not, something's not right.
Something's not right.
They would say something in the milk ain't clean.
Something in the milk is not clean. And then on top of that, my mama would say that, and she will also say it'll come out in the wash after a while.
It'll come out in the wash after a while. That's it right there now. That's that old school.
Something in the milk ain't clean. It'll come out in the wash after a while. This Damar, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce his name. People say Damar.
Yeah.
But he is 24 years old.
Still a baby.
24 years
old. And he's listed right now in critical condition. He had to be revived on the field in front of the world and his teammates, and
he was dead.
Period.
He died on the field.
Yeah, he had to be revived.
Yep, they had to revive him. And it was really scary.
That's scary.
Really scary. CPR to get him to wake back up, to bring him back to consciousness.
Yeah.
So they're trying to
from a hit.
Yeah, from a hit. Now,
from a hit.
Let me and also we do playing football. I'm gonna say that, on the field we are very aggressive. I play
competitive. It's aggressive. Yeah.
And I also play tight end. And we get very aggressive with the other teams.
Yes.
And you do kind of get this hype in about you, and you look for blood. You look for blood.
And you're taught that too. Knock them out. Get them down. You're taught those things.
You're taught that. I had a cousin. He was a high school football star. When I played football, we didn't have bodyguard around to protect our rib cages and different things like that. We didn't wear that. When he came along, that was something that they were using quite often. We didn't. And he was a running back. He was so fast that it looked like anybody chasing him looked like they were walking. like trying to catch him. That's how fast this boy was. Definitely going to the NFL.
Yeah.
He was definitely going to. He was going to get a scholarship to college. He was going to have a what do you call it when you an academic and a athletic scholarship?
Oh, athletic scholarship. Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
He was good academically. He was good. He was going to
And
have a
he was
double.
so he would have been well
amazing.
off. Yeah.
Well, he played a game. I believe this was their homecoming game, and the opposing team, they had stated what they were going to do to him, and he was crushed from opposing sides. His ribs broke. From what I can remember, one of his ribs pierced his lung, and he passed on the way to the hospital. So it's something that it's a very aggressive sport, which we all know.
It is very aggressive, but there should be something said, done, and retaught to these young people, because right now we're still teaching them to get them down. And I know because my son is in football, and I see some of the stuff, and I hear what it's saying, and it's they go for the jugular.
Yeah,
you know.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And man, that is destroying our young men. It is destroying our young men.
But think about the lifespan. Like, you can't even, if you make 5 years in the NFL, you're doing great.
You're doing great. Absolutely.
You're doing great.
Absolutely.
To make 5 years, like it's rough. It is rough. I don't know that you could. That there just isn't a way to get around what it is. That sport is what it is, and
it is what it is.
You got to be aggressive to win. You just cannot. There's no easy way around it. So no coach is going to say, "Hey, you got to be careful." While you're out, they're going to tell you make sure your gear is on tight, because you might as well expect to think about it. Those guys out there playing are 2+.
Yes.
2+.
And I'm telling you, my son is little. He is fast. He's fast. I mean, the boy fast, but he little. Man, I just remember seeing my daughter. They were playing flag football, and let me just give you an example. Flag football is supposed to be a non-aggressive side of football for young people or young women that play football, but they knocked my daughter clean out on the field. I mean,
it's supposed to be no touch.
Supposed to be no touch. But my daughter was knocked clean out, and it's funny because after she got well, I said, "Did you see stars?" That
is not funny.
That was not funny. But what happened was they were running, and 2 girls collided. It was wet. They collided right into her. Boom. And knocked her.
There should have been some good cheerleaders. Lord, that was very misogynistic. I shouldn't have said that.
Really, really, it was. He's so wrong.
Go team.
Girls can do team. Goodbye. And listen, but she was knocked out on the field. We had to get paramedics out there. I never forget them. They called me, and this was a practice game. This was not even a real game.
Listen,
it was practice.
We used to go for
what y'all used to do.
We used to go for blood playing stickball. And we didn't even call it stickball. We call it burn 'em up bomb.
Burn 'em up bomb. Like dodgeball or street ball.
We played stickball. Instead of a baseball, we used a tennis ball. And you play baseball, you line your bases up, you play, and you try to kill the person. Like, the way you get the person out is you hit them with the tennis ball.
Yeah.
Burn them up bomb. And you didn't want to play with my cousin Brian or my cousin Keith, because they was trying to make that tennis ball knock your head.
Knock you out. Okay. I remember that when we used to play that dodgeball and they hit them hard balls at us. My leg turned red so bad one time. They hit me on my leg so good. All I could feel was a sting. Ooh, and I was yellow. I was lighter, younger. I've gotten a little bit more darker than what I was younger. And it was a humongous red ball shape on my leg. You hear me? I don't forget these people. They used to be something else. Listen, y'all, it's 5:30. We getting ready to take a short break. We're gonna be back. We're making light of this just because it's such a hard conversation to have, and these young men are really being affected.
Yes, they
and losing their lives. So we gotta really make sure we reprogram our young people as they are going out here for football. Because I think there's a reprogramming that needs to be done. My opinion, my opinion. It's not law.
That ain't gonna happen.
Hey, what's happening? This your boy Wonder, CHH, artist of the hit song Gutter the Glory. And you're hyped out with Lady Drina and Marcus on WOKB, the live drive Culture for Christ broadcast.
Let's get on the bus. Miss Eddie Ruth Jackson presents a bus trip to Sanford, North Carolina, February the 26th, 2023. Departing from 101 North Jefferson Street, Oakland, Florida. Please join us traveling to Sanford, North Carolina for this 73rd anniversary celebration of Slim and the Supreme Angels and the birthday bash for Big Mike. Featured artists, the Jackson Southerners, Jackson, Mississippi. CeCe Williams and the Spiritual QCs, Tupelo, Mississippi. Lil David and the Bells of Joy, Baltimore, Maryland. Adoration of New Jersey. Anthony Adams and Confirmation, North Carolina. And many more. Get on the bus for only $240. Includes your bus ride, your Holiday Inn Express hotel, and ticket price. Reserve your seat on the bus for $120 now. Final balance and payments due January the 31st, 2023. Get on the bus. It's the 73rd anniversary celebration for Slim and the Supreme Angels and the birthday bash of Big Mike. Get on the bus. Travel with us. Sanford, North Carolina. For more information, contact Miss Eddie Ruth Jackson, 321-303-2187. 321-303-2187. Come get on the bus with us.
If you need me to shout, Lord, I can shout right now.
As we age, it helps to assess our risk for developing Alzheimer's disease. This is especially important for those who have a greater chance to develop the condition, like African Americans and Hispanic Americans. A good first step is a memory screening, which may be available in the Trailblazer study, a memory loss clinical research study seeking adults with normal memory and behavior patterns. To learn more, call 407-278-6339 or visit ClinCloud Research. You may be able to participate if you are 65 to 80 years old and have a reliable study partner who knows you well and is familiar with your day-to-day life. Compensation is available. Are you concerned about developing Alzheimer's disease? Consider the Trailblazer study today. Call 407-278-6339 or visit clincloudresearch.com. That's 407-278-6339 or clincloudresearch.com.
Driving means
freedom,
exploration,
fun,
pride,
flexibility,
travel,
protection,
friendship, independence.
Distracted driving means
danger,
recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos, police,
devastation,
injury,
death.
Safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Central Florida, call in with your prayer request for devotion on Our Daily Bread with Glenn Allgood at 6:15 and 8:15 every day, right here on Inspiration 1680 WOKB.
Greater Faith Temple presents the Love Conquers All concert featuring recording artist Kalante Gavin. February the 11th at 5 p.m. at 4259 South Florida Avenue in Lakeland, Florida. Get your tickets right now today. $55 only at eventbrite.com. For more information, call 863-210-5476. That's 863-210-5476. 4259 South Florida Avenue in Lakeland, Florida. The Love Conquers All concert featuring Kalante Gavin. Go to eventbrite.com and get your tickets today. I'll see you there. that our God is King. He reigns in majesty. Now
That's right. That concert is taking place in Lakeland, Florida. Lakeland, Florida. I would love for you guys to go and let them know you heard about it right here on WOKB 1680 and 100.7 FM. Listen, we're going to check on our traffic to see what's going on near and around us so that you can have a very safe commute as you are traveling along these busy highways in this new year. Because guess what? We may be in a new year, but the traffic truly has not changed. So drive carefully, drive safely, drive to arrive alive. North Powers Drive and Silver Star Road, you have a hit and run vehicle accident with road blockage right there. Officers are on scene and they are swiftly trying to get that area cleared out for you. State Road 528 and State Road 417, northbound and southbound, the entrance ramp there in Orlando. There's a vehicle accident with road blockage. So it's a lot of things going on, but we want to make sure that you know exactly what's happening near and around you. 3704 South Conway Road. Right there at State Road 15, hit and run vehicle accident. Officers are not on scene. They're advising to please use caution. Minor road blockage there. North Lane and North Pine Hills Road. Road blocked on the eastbound North Lane and Pine Hills. There is a road blockage there because there are injuries to that vehicle accident. So use caution if you are heading that way. State Road 91 and mile marker 274 in Winter Garden, Florida. The lanes are now open due to a vehicle accident with injuries and road blockage. It is Culture for Christ, and we're getting swiftly back into our good gospel music and all of the great things that we have here.
This your boy One, the CHH artist of the hit song Gutter the Glory, and you're hyped out with Lady Drina and Marcus on WOKB, the live drive Culture for Christ broadcast.
This is WOKB 1680 AM.
Impossible. You did the impossible.
Hopeless and confused.
I got questions, but I
Still know you're able. This current situation is testing my faith.
Who would come and
Save me?
my family's leaning on me.
I had to be strong for everybody else.
Pray, can you please help me?
Say do it yourself.
If I could, I would, but I can't.
I need you.
Save me.
So we call on him. He provides for me. He blocked it. In the middle of peace. He paid. I've lived long enough to know that your testimony will be that.
He did the impossible. Impossible. You did.
You did the impossible.
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 You did.
You did the impossible.
It was nobody but you, Lord.
Impossible.
You did.
Impossible.
God, the impossible.
Impossible.
The BMJ, I just need you to speak from experience right here.
You did what no man could. You did
But no man.
I'm here to testify that you did what no man could. The reason I'm still breathing, I'm still living. You stepped in.
And this is what you did.
You did. God, I thank you for what you did in my life. Yeah. You did.
Yes, you did.
The impossible.
I thought it was too late. I even told myself there was no way. But God, you did.
The impossible. unimaginable. Your testimony will be that. That when you thought it couldn't be done, I know there's gonna be some brighter days. I swear that love will find you in your pain. I feel it in me like the beating of life in my veins. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. Oh, ashes fall from burning dreams. Oh, never lived through times like these. Oh, if you're trying hard to breathe in the dark, in the dark, I know there's gonna be some brighter days. Yes, I swear that love will find you in your pain. I feel it in me like the beating of life in my veins. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. Oh, if your screams don't make a sound. Oh, if your walls are crashing down. Oh, if your heart just cries too loud all the time. All the time. Whoa, I know there's gonna be some brighter day. I swear that love will find you in your pain. I feel it in me like the beating of life in my veins. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. Oh, brighter day. I say brighter days. I say brighter days. There's gonna be some brighter days. I know there's gonna be some brighter days. I swear that love will find you in your pain. I feel it in me like the beating of life in my veins. Oh, I know there's gonna be some brighter days. Oh, I swear that love will find you in your pain. I feel it in me like the beating of life in my veins. I know there's gonna be some brighter day. I know there's gonna be some brighter day. I know there's gonna be some brighter day.
I tell you, I like that. It's going to be some brighter days. All right, Marcus, you did your good looking up today.
Hey, let me tell you something. And this is what I believe. 2023 is going to be a year of great rewards, awesome journeys, but it is going to be exceptional to those who trust God. We got challenges that's coming because challenges come every day. So we understand.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But to make it through this year, better lean on God. We have to lean on him, but it is definitely going to be rewarding. And I feel it in my spirit.
I feel it too, and I am truly trusting God in this season. That's one of the main things I took from 22 to 23 is to continue
trust
God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Continue to trust God.
Absolutely. So that's what we're doing. I'm telling you, I'm speaking
looking
this
up
into existence.
and moving
That's
forward.
right. Looking up and moving forward. Trust him. That's right, Sister Jackson. Listen, Sister Jackson, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Sister Jackson. I love her.
It Long Bottom we're from. We're not from England. It Long Bottom.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, listen, you know what? For real though, back to what we were talking about. We were speaking about. Do you know that in football, helmet to helmet contact is one of the most common sources of concussion impact?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Now, what we are seeing though, from some of these people, is this is like cardiac arrest.
It is. It
So
is.
I'm kind of just wondering, like, what is going on now? I don't understand it. Could it be the pressure of the amount of stress of exercising, the pressure of having to fulfill these contracts, because these fellows get paid big money,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially if they win. Listen, if you get a big contract, here's the one thing that people have to know, brothers. Anybody who's playing ball, you get a contract, there is a demand on you to follow through with what they paid you for.
It is now.
You
Yes, it
got to
is.
follow through with that, because these people are
Yeah.
not giving you no $5 million, no $20 million for you to just come and ride the bench.
Yeah.
If you getting paid that, they want you to perform.
Yeah.
In hell or high water, you got to bring it.
Yep. That's
so
real.
what you got to bro? We're gonna take care of your injuries. We're gonna do all we can. We're gonna do this and that. But at the end of the day, your physical has to be tip top shape. You have to be in optimal physical condition. Optimal. Is there a chance that in DeMar's family that there are heart conditions?
I mean, it is a possibility. I know in my family, there are heart conditions, high blood pressure. There are different things that are in the genetics of both sides, from my son's father's side, and from his mother's side, which is my side.
Wow.
And what they do now is they give young men EKGs with their physicals. And so my son has had his EKG, he has his EKG done yearly before football. And so far we've been well. We haven't had any irregular reads or abnormal reads.
Awesome.
Which has been well, because he does suffer with asthma. Another thing, so I'm always very cautious and mindful of those things. Yeah, very. Because I remember when he was young, though, I literally called a game. He was playing for the 8U. I think it was like 8U, and he was the strongest players. And he was one in the play though. But I looked in his face, and you know how it looks like you're so drained, like you're literally finna pass out. He hadn't took one break. He played through every, the only break he had was halftime, but he played every quarter. Every quarter he played, and he was playing hard. And I want to say that game he made probably 3 or 4 touchdowns. And this was like an 8U back then. And I never forget that it was close to it was probably the beginning of the last quarter. And I looked at him, and his eyes went back, and I was like, this is over. Y'all not going to drag my son no more. I snatched my son and I was like, I don't care if y'all got to forfeit this game, but he's done. He is done.
Make them people lose that football game.
What? He is done. Y'all ain't killing my baby out here. He is done.
I hear you.
They could see it, but they were still going to let him play.
Listen, children's sports is just as aggressive, sometimes if not more, because I've watched games where parents have fought one another over a children's game. The children are crying and the grown people rolling on the ground like over children's games. Like, don't you hit my baby? I've seen craziness over that. So, but football is definitely an aggressive sport. I don't see any changes. I
don't either.
It's a full contact sport. There are not going to be any changes. If you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar
Ooh, franchise.
It brings
Yeah.
money into the United States. It fuels the
Period.
economy.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's part of the GDP. So to change it in any way, you know, the only thing that could get better is just to add more sports to what we're already doing, more professional
Right.
sports. Like now that we've indoctrinated a lot of states have, or cities rather, have soccer teams. That's original. That's what people call football, depending on what country you come from. But American football
Right.
is
Right.
close to rugby. And so, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's not something that we're going to be able to get away from. And you just have to make sure that that is what you want. And when children make those decisions to do that as they become adults, we get behind them, we push them, because we understand that for many people, it is a ticket out of poverty.
Yes. Yes.
But
It's a way to help their family.
Yeah, it's a way to help their family. And if they're
Mhm.
good at it and they actually get drafted into the NFL to a team, even a $500,000, $1 million contract, it is a dream come
Life
true.
changing. Yeah,
It's
it's
very
life
life-changing.
changing.
It's life-changing. And so, that means something. The one thing about it is that there are excellent players, but when you go to college, you may have gone to college on a scholarship. But everybody on that team that got selected to play you're going up against the best of the best from wherever
Yeah.
they come from.
Yeah.
And you may be great in your city. You may be great in your district. You may be great in your conference. You're going to run up to another great from somewhere else who's greater than you are. And all of you greats are competing against one another to get looked at by NFL team,
Yep.
or even a college, for college students, like college. To me, college football is even more exciting than NFL. I would rather watch a college football game than watch an NFL game because it's so exciting.
It is exciting. The energy is high, and
so much better.
Everything. It's everything. But listen, I am a sports mom. All of my kids except one played sports. My oldest daughter played football, basketball, and she did weightlifting. But I am one of those parents that are just like, when my son run to do the touchdown, I'm running down the side too. Like I'm touchdowning. I don't know where it comes from, but if he's touchdowning, I'm literally running with the camera down the sideline, like I know what I'm doing. But I just remember when my daughter was doing weightlifting, and she had ranked top 20 in the state of Florida for her district. She had ranked top 20 in the state of Florida. And so they went to the competition. Each region, top 20, had to go and compete against each other. Listen, when we got there, and we were so excited, her name was on the back of the shirt. They had the sweaters and all the names of the kids for the top 20 sections was on there, and I found her name was on it. And we were looking around at all the rest of these weightlifting young ladies and all of this stuff, and I looked at my daughter and I said, listen, baby, your name already on the back of that shirt. You can ask her. I said, your name already on the back of that shirt. You ain't got to come out here and prove nothing to nobody.
True.
I wanted her to come home. You hear me? It was some girls out there that was lifting like 400. You understand?
Good God.
We were at like 265. My daughter was 265. Literally, that's what she was. She was clean jerk. She was clean jerking and the bench press, and that was her maxes. 265 was her max. I said, honey, we ain't got nothing to prove. If you don't rank out here, you already top 20 in the state of Florida. I'm done. We don't have to rank region. We got state of Florida over here on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are women, young girls in high school out here maxing out at 400 plus
No,
pounds.
for real. It was a young lady who
that's too
maxed
much.
out at Ocoee High School when my daughter was in school. There was a young girl who maxed out at Ocoee High School. No lie. I used to tell my daughter, my daughter would always be second to her. Literally, every competition, she would get first place. My daughter gets second place. And I told her, I said, enjoy your second place. We ain't got to try to beat her. We good. We ain't got to try to beat her now.
You know,
when to hold them and when to hold them. You understand?
I was extremely competitive in running. When I was in school, I wanted to, like, really, and I ain't even gonna lie. It was this white girl who ran cross country, and that girl would run so hard.
Oh my Lord!
Till at the end of every run, she would throw up.
Wow.
She was number one in the state.
That's a lot.
It was too much. It was
way too much. And that's not good. That's pulling a lot out of your body.
She would win she was always like the top in everything. She would give, when I say 100+%, that girl would give everything. I would never, our coach would be like, you got to be like Carla. You got to be like Carla. I'd be like,
I ain't trying to be like her.
I am not
I'm good.
running till I throw up. I don't even like to throw up. So why would I be running until
Why am I going to run to do it, right?
But that was her. She was definitely driven to, and there are people who are like that. I was competitive, but I wasn't that competitive. I wanted to win.
Yeah, my daughter is very competitive, and she's won a lot of things. When she graduated, she had over 30 different medals and awards in all types of things. She is just that. She was just good. She was good, but I had to teach her. There are some places where good is fine. You know, you don't have to.
Look, as long as my name was in
on the back of the shirt. I just wanted you to know you done been in the newspaper. You done made the newspaper. Listen, you made the newspaper. She made the news. She even made UCF. UCF did a story on high school students, and she was one of the kids that was interviewed and a part of that when she was in high school. I'm like, girl, you done did some amazing things. We good. You understand? We good. And so, and one thing that she was so big on was she knew she could get a sports scholarship, but she didn't want that. She wanted an academic scholarship.
Perfect.
And that's what she did. And to this day, this is her third year. This is her junior year, her third year in college. And she has been on the dean's list every year.
That's
every year on the dean's list.
That's awesome.
So I'm just a proud mama. I got some great kids,
mama.
y'all. I got some great kids. I'm
Right.
gonna stop that boy from playing that football though. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know.
I'm praying. Y'all pray for me because I just kicked them off the whole team.
You'll never be able to live that down.
My son was like, "What?
Are you kidding me? What?
What did you just say?" Yeah, but you're not on the team no more. Just kicked you all the way off that team, dude. Not no more. You're out.
Well,
like then he'll call his dad and be like, "Dad, man, you hear what mom said?"
What she did to me. Oh my God.
Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. But hey, you just parents, you know y'all are parents. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't easy.
It is. And I do hope, though, that in the essence of everything that has happened regarding these death issues or these hospitalizations, these cardiac arrests, these collapses on the field, that an investigation is being checked into or open to see what the cause of these. You know, because it's just very strange. And I'm not a conspiratorial person. I do not believe in conspiracies at all. I don't follow them. I don't even pay attention to them. I don't even read them. If something pops across my timeline that's conspiratory, I swipe up, down, left, right, whatever. bother with it whatsoever. But something is not right. And
It's not, and I just say let's continue to cover our children, our kids, and not just our kids. When I say our kids, I mean all of our kids.
Absolutely.
All.
Absolutely.
And let's cover them in prayer. Let's cover them and immediately, and let's lift them, because this is scary. That's all I'm saying. But I'm thinking positive as Erica Campbell is closing us out. I'm thinking positive, and I'm praying that things work out for our young people and our young men, because we need them.
We need them. We're gonna keep praying for them, and we're also gonna be praying for you, all of those of you who are listening to us out there in radio land, in virtual land, on social media, because we are looking up and
moving forward. We love you guys. We gotta go. Gotta run.
Ain't nobody on this earth that can